Hi, I'm Corey, and today I'm going to show you how to make dandelion tea. I'm going to show you how to harvest the dandelions, how to prepare the dandelions, and how you can actually use them. And you can use them for more than just tea. It's really awesome. Here we have lots of dandelions. It is springtime here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and these things are all over the place. Now the dandelion root is usually what people go after, and you can have the dandelion root just about any time you see a dandelion pop up, whether it's flowered or seeded, whatever you call that. What I'm gonna do here is actually pull up some of the dandelions that are flowering like this, but a little more open. And what we're gonna do is just cut out the yellow parts of these flowers and then use that in our tea. And then we're gonna cut them down with scissors all the way to where it's sort of green. If you get the green parts in your tea, it gets a little bitter, but if you have this, it's perfectly fine. The great thing about dandelions is, of course, they have a lot of vitamins and minerals, but they're a great way to like cleanse your liver out as well. Also note, dandelion tea is a natural diuretic, which is why it's so great for detoxing. All right, let's harvest some of this. Okay, here we go. This is a really, really big, mature dandelion plant. We're gonna pull this one up very carefully and try to get that big old root out of there. And then I will show you guys how to prepare that. Here we go. Let's just dig it out around here. All right, I'm gonna pull very carefully. Should all come up. Not quite. It hasn't rained in a couple of days. I think I'm gonna have to get a little shovel. Oh, sidetrack, I'd like to show you something else since you are going to be in your gardens or, well, all over your yard. Watch out for bunnies. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this is a bunny nest. Okay, these little guys have already come out. They came out a couple of days ago, but basically what the mama bunnies do is they pull a bunch of their hair out from their bellies, I assume it's their bellies, and they pack it in there with all those little bunnies, and then they just cover it up like that. So if you ever see in your yard a bunch of bunny hair just piled up and then like little tiny sticks and leaves, that might be a bunny nest. So you can just kind of open it up like that, look inside and see the bunnies. If you see them, just leave them be. It's okay. It's not going to affect them that you did that, but just be aware that they're there. Those are some wild rabbits that did that right in front of our house. It was really great. And there we go. Looks like it's loosened up. Hopefully we got it all the way down to the bottom, and it looks like we did. Lost a little bit right there, but I can just grab that. Got it up. Looks like there's a couple more pieces missing, but that's okay. This is my wife, Kristen. There's our little harvest for today. Okay, so I've brought my dandelions inside, and now what we're gonna do is prepare them. First thing I'm gonna do is actually cut off the stems. This one came off by accident while I was pulling them out of the ground, but I'm gonna cut them right about there. I also need to say that you should make sure that whenever you are harvesting these things, that they're in a place where there are no pesticides, where there are no animals marking, cats, dogs, anything else, and that it's generally a clean place, because you want to make sure that what you're putting into your body is as clean as possible. Now, if you can't get all the dirt off of these, don't worry about it. A little dirt don't hurt. Also, expect bugs. I mean, anything that grows in the ground is gonna have a bug on it at some point in time, so expect to see some bugs at least. And if you eat one, well, that's just added protein. Now, what's really great about this plant is the entire thing is edible. Of course, not all of it is very good to eat. This part right here would be very, very bitter. I haven't personally eaten this part, but if I wanted to, I could, and it'd probably still give me a lot of those good vitamins that I want. Here's something else that'll help you save time. You know, of course you want to eat these too. These are delicious. But if you want to trim them, simply take some scissors. There you go. Quick, easy, efficient. Here we have the roots, nice and washed. I just used a clean sponge and rinsed them as much as I possibly could. And then here, of course, we have our leaves, which are cut nicely and ready to be added into a salad or dried so that you can make another type of tea out of it. There's a lot of different things you're gonna do. And then the flowers, I just threw them away. I know what you're gonna say. Wait, aren't we supposed to make the tea out of the flowers? Yes, but we gotta find the yellow flowers. These didn't have the yellow flowers we need. So with these for now, all I'm gonna do is put this in the fridge to add to salad later, and then these guys, I'm gonna thinly chop them up and dry them out, which is gonna take probably a couple weeks to fully dry them and then add them into coffee. Okay, so let's go get some flowers and make some tea. So this is my daughter, Chell, and Chell is gonna be our flower picker for today. Okay, so Chell, here's what you gotta do, okay? You have to look around in the yard and find yellow flowers. And if you find a yellow flower, put it in the bucket, okay? Good job, you found one. Okay, put that one in the bucket.
It's It's a little big one.
A little big one, yeah it is. Yeah, there's another one. Ooh, there's 3 of them on there. 4, ooh, good find.
Wow, Daddy.
That's a nice one. There's one right there and there's one right there. Here, I'll get one and you get one. Good job. They're closing up because the sun's going down. Okay, so now we've got our flowers. Now we're gonna go inside, prepare them, and have some tea. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We are going to take all of our flowers and we're gonna use the scissors just to cut off the yellow parts because the yellow part is what we want to use for our tea. We're gonna do a good rinse and try to get all those little bugs out of there because this is where the bugs are gonna camp out. They're gonna camp out in the flowers for sure. You almost became tea, little buddy. All right, let's bring you back outside. There you go. I know that's what you like. And now we just get the kettle going. And just like any other loose leaf tea, you want to add your leaves to an infuser like this. So while the kettle is warming, I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing up and fill it with flowers. This is a pretty long way to go if you're just looking for a cup of tea, but it's really good for the brain, good for the soul, good for the liver, good for a lot of things in your body. I wouldn't necessarily do this every day, but it is a lot of fun to do from time to time. Another thing I'd like to add is that it's probably easy to harvest the flowers while the sun is out. Right now it's cloudy outside, so the flowers are all closing up, but if it was sunny outside, it would be a lot easier to keep all the greens out. The greens are just gonna make it a little more bitter, but it's nothing a little bit of honey and sugar can't fix. So this is gonna sound kind of silly, but I was thinking, I was like, what kind of alcohol would go good with dandelion tea? You could name it a warm wish. That's where I was going with it. I was like, dude, that'd be really cool if I could just name a drink like that a warm wish. If I figure it out, I'm gonna coin that. You gonna get some apple juice?
Yeah.
That's not apple juice, that's Gatorade.
Oh, I said to Mama Gatorade. I wasn't saying apple juice. I was saying Gatorade.
Oh, I love her so much. Now I'm gonna let these boys sit and cool off for a bit.
Voila.
You wanna try one of these leaves?
They're edible?
Voila.
These are edible.
Looks like a salad.
It is a salad.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm, a little bitter.
A little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
These are really good. Bitter, but not like bad bitter, but the kind of bitter that tastes good in salad. All right, here we go, moment of truth. But before we drink this, we have to make a wish. That's what our daughter said. She said, it's a dandelion, you're supposed to make a wish. So, you go ahead, you first.
I wish for a trip back to Alaska, because that's where we got married. We used to live there, we love it there.
Yeah, Kristen and I lived there for 3 years. It was amazing. It's where our daughter Chell was born, and our son Atlas was born here in Oklahoma, which you didn't get to meet Atlas, but if you've never seen our vlogs, you can watch our vlogs and you can meet him. My wish would be that all of you subscribe. I'm kidding. No, my wish would be to have my dune buggy back. I used to have a 68 Myers Manx. It was amazing. Oh my gosh, I love it. I rebuilt that thing, and boy did I have so much fun in that. I want that back, so here we go.
Cheers.
Oh, that's really good.
It is good. The smell is really good. It's super sweet smelling.
It tastes like springtime with a hint of corn.
There is, yeah.
There's corn.
Corn.
Yeah, it doesn't taste as bitter as I thought it would, with some of the little bits of green that were in the the manatees. But still, great. I like this a lot.
It is good.
I think a little bit of honey could really bring out, obviously, a little more flavor in the sweetness. But yeah, this is great. Oh, and as for my alcoholic beverage question, what would go good with this? Whiskey. A little bit of whiskey would go good with this. At least I think so. So if you decide you want to add some whiskey to this, just make sure you call it a warm wish. So
I like that.
anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and check out more of our videos. We got lots of really fun stuff. And yeah, so thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.